And we are back. Ascension eSports Elder League Finals, the Cuckobos versus Elite 8. Cuckobos down 2 wins to nothing. Very rough series for them so far. After having such a great battle between the Trash Pandas, Elite 8 are looking to clean sweep this. What do you guys think about that last game so far? We'll start with Allspark.
Well, that game was definitely a little bit more controversial, you could say, than the first one. It was a lot closer. It looked like the Cuckobos had it, but they just let the game go on for too long. Didn't make really any proactive plays. They just kind of let these things happen to themselves. And while they were able to get some brilliant shockwaves off by Azuro, it didn't seem like they were really achieving too much. And I think that a lot of the reason for that was also lack of macro when they let Dezdan just waltz in and take the inhib. So while they do look like they've been shaping up, they're going to have to do so even more in this game, I think.
What about you, Brother Browndale?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that inhib kind of started the spiral for the Cuckobos going down, and it really kind of opened up the map, alleviated some of the pressure that Elite 8 had on themselves. And of course, we don't exactly know what happened in that little bit of an error, but I mean, it's clear that the Elite 8 are nothing to be trifled with here in this series so far. 2-0 right now.
Yeah, it appears that 3-0 they got against the Blazing Bandits was not a fluke, which surprises me a little. That's not to say I'm understating the ability coming out from the Elite 8, but I'm just shocked at how dominating they've been over the Cuckobos.
Definitely not the outcome that most people would have expected here.
And we're going to have another case, possibly, of the first place team not winning finals.
Possibly. Don't count them out yet. A reverse sweep is possible.
I reckon.
There's still a lot of League of Legends to be played, my friends. Maybe not watched, but played definitely.
Yeah, hopefully the spectator client doesn't give us any more issues and we can continue this stream flawlessly.
Flawlessly.
Yeah, we do see the Lulu and Twisted Fate bands again.
Hesitation is death.
I'm afraid I just still don't really understand it.
Yeah, I don't quite get it. We do see Azuru prioritizing that Orianna once again.
Yeah, and he did really well with it too. We saw that by himself he was able to get a double kill during a team fight by just using Shockwave, and that was pretty much the game for it. And yet they still didn't win.
Yeah, one thing I also want to touch on is the drastic differences of the bot lanes between game 1 and 2. We had Conch on the Thresh, where he looked very good, very solid, and they won that bot lane pretty handily, even though the game, bit of a struggle for them, but they still managed to pull it out in the end. Whereas, you know, the Cuckobos, I don't know, it's one of those things. I really want to see Conch not on Morgana. While he had some really good bindings, the Thresh just looked a lot better in my opinion. I guess that's just a draft situation of when they should and shouldn't draft it.
So after the Hecarim being banned out by the Cuckobos, it difference from the previous pick ban strats, the Warwick has now been picked up by Rusty1321. That's actually a champion that we've seen him on a little bit in Elder League, along with just in general. So Quickset's going to be back on that Lee Sin, see whether or not he can make up for his previous sins.
Oh, you are a very bad person.
Listen to me, Spark. That was pretty good, I have to say.
I literally just got it. I legitimately did not mean this. Wow. It was actually unintentional. Okay, well then. It's getting to me. Oh, Jin. Hello, Jin.
Oh my god, you guys are bad.
It's the Brandon power.
Indeed it is.
Need to report my teammates
Power
for
to the
inting.
Jin.
Yeah, Jin. That's something that's kind of fallen off a little bit. The Deathfire nerfs and the lethality nerfs did hurt him a little bit, but overall, I still think he's pretty solid so far as getting that long range engage for his team. That could be something they could be looking forward to here in this draft.
Yeah, it actually makes it really good for tower sieges, especially when they want to defend the tower and the curtain call just opens up and the rest of the Cuckobos come in and just aggress on that tower and take it out, while Elite Eight could be, figuratively speaking, could be like too afraid to defend it just because of the curtain call. And we've seen that time and time again happen in Ascension eSports. And a Zillion picked up.
We like you. We like you a lot.
Okay, so I guess I see the justification for that, because they are going to be picking that damagey top laner to go with Blastona, so they do have the tank on the side of Rusty1321, and while he's not playing that Hecarim, it's still just like this jungler that's going to be building a little bit tanky, but it's still going to do a lot of damage. It's just kind of a significant departure, because previously you're going to be taking a damage hit no matter which way you look at it, because there are less damage dealers overall once you factor in that Zillion, but it will help their survivability against getting assassinated by things like, or even if they're in the situation where they get hit by a shockwave, by a Zero. But they will definitely be taking a hit to their damage off of this without throwing the cat on a carry like he has been in the past 2 games.
Yeah, but I have personally seen some Zillions carry some games, so it's definitely not without the question. We'll have to see what Blastona wants to carry on this game.
This is the day he picks a traditional tank. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What's it gonna be? Oh no.
Okay,
Well,
it's probably a placeholder.
Yeah.
Would be the Shen for T9F. I don't recall if we ever saw him on that pick last week. I'm not sure.
We saw a Shin in the series, I believe, but I don't remember who it was on. Possibly. I'm not 100% on that.
The Shen, not sure exactly what it's playing into, but it's a pretty solid pick.
Yeah, as long as he's not abused, that W can be pretty solid, negating those auto attacks. And that actually makes kind of a lot of sense, since Blastona seems to lean towards these kind of carry top laners, but it apparently is Rumble.
Yeah, apparently the support doesn't have enough champions. We do have placeholders here in Ascension eSports. Usually it's Teemo. Awkward that it would be Shen this time.
I kind of agree with something Electric Parasite said. Why does he have Urgot but not good champs?
Hold on, I'm getting hyped up for the Shen too. I think Shen's a very solid champion.
So
yeah, not in the Rumble though.
So now we're gonna burn through these picks and bans really quickly, get into this game as fast as we can.
One can only hope.
Match point. We gotta get it hyped up. Let's go.
Yeah, so let's ask the crowd, everyone watching, who do you think's gonna win? Is it gonna be Elite Eight taking the clean 3-0 sweep, or a Cuckobos gonna bring it back with a reverse sweep? Hashtag Cuck win, hashtag 8 win. Let's see it.
I shall endure.
So based on the comps, let's start with Brother Brando. Who do you think has the advantage?
I am 100% biased because Zillion is one of my favorite characters, so I've definitely Zillion and Rumble, and Thresh, so I've got to lean towards the Elite Eight on this one.
God forbid the Cuckobos picked Elise.
Yeah, then I'd never ever support them ever again. They'd all be dead to me.
I've been lied to. I was told that Shen was a placeholder. Hold on.
We've all been lied to.
So the Shen was actually a legitimate pick, so he's going to be playing that into the Rumble.
That sounds absolutely awful.
Well, the thing is about Rumble, his early game damage is actually like pretty not that good. So if you're playing Shen, you go back and pick up a Spectre's Cowl. It's not that bad. It's just generally as long as you don't give the Rumble a lead of any kind, because then you get wrecked. But later on in the game, Rumble will definitely be doing tons of damages. In the laning phase, I don't think it's super terrible.
Yeah, we do have to call into question. I believe they can pretty much effectively shut down the Rumble. If Quicksight's Lee Sin and Naf Shin can work together to shut him down in the laning phase.
Okay, so Allspark, who do you think is going to win this based on draft?
Based on draft alone, I have to go with the Cuckobos. I love Jin. He's probably my favorite champion. I like Samano's Shin. I've seen it before. Zero's back on that Orianna. Now, the problem with the previous times was they couldn't, they made silly mistakes, stuff like giving up the inhib to Blastone, and that started the downward spiral, but hopefully they'll have realized their mistakes by now and be able to fix it. Quicksight's on that Lee Sin. If he ganks this Blastona early, I don't see like an early game Rumble having like the 1v2 potential that the Irelia and Warwick had. Maybe the Warwick would, but otherwise, I think the Lee Sin is a strong pick here because the Zillion's fairly mobile, and I just like the comp more. You see, I don't generally see things like Rumble or Zillion terribly much, so that's generally why I'm just leaning towards the Cuckobos.
This is a tough one. I'm not really sure who I want to root for. I kind of want to root for the Cuckobos because I like the balance of their comp, but at the same time, the unorthodox style that's coming out of Elite 8, I'm a sucker for those types of comps, so for this one, I have to go with the Elite 8.
It appears this time I'm the odd one out.
Yeah.
I'll have you know that every single one of my predictions has been correct as of now, so...
That is true. Spark the Prophet.
Dumble Spark.
We'll see.
Dumble Spark.
So we will find out soon enough as we get through the spectator delay. If you're just joining us, this is the Ascension eSports Elder League Finals, the Cuckobos versus Elite 8. Cuckobos have gone 0 so far at 2 Elite 8s, 2 who are stomping them so far. It might be a clean sweep game in this best of 5. Can the Cuckobos bring it back and take the reverse sweep? Are Elite 8 gonna take a clean 3-0? We will find out soon enough. But for you who are interested in Ascension eSports, please check the links down below. Check out our Discord, check out our subreddit, get involved in our community. We have a league for bronzes and silvers, we have a league for golds and plats, we have a league for diamonds, we also have an in-house ladder. Join us, get involved, and hopefully we'll see you there.
Yeah, it's always good stuff coming out from Ascension eSports. It's been a good time. Since I joined the community, I cannot complain. Met some good people.
We met Spark.
Met Spark,
Hey.
yeah.
That's me. That's me.
Yeah, I met
Alright.
Brandon, but which one?
That's a pretty
Oh,
good point, actually. Wait a second.
Ooh, what a twist.
there's,
Night
but
Shyamalan.
there's too many Brandons.
Just waiting for
They're
Brando
close to getting
Calrissian to
in.
bust on in here.
Should
We
have
need to-
the coach god.
We need to put us all in a pit and fight to the death. There can only be one.
Whoa, that kind of escalated pretty fast there.
Battle of the Brandos.
Battle of the Brandos.
Something to note is that Izuru has diverged from his previous summer choices in that he's taken the teleport, no longer against something like a Syndra or a super assassin-y type top and jungle. He is now elected for the teleport to help out his other lanes maybe and have more presence in the game, able to TP back to lane also if he gets chunked out by the Zillion potentially.
So we have twin teleports coming out of both teams.
Does that mean we have 4 teleports? Wait, it does.
Yeah.
Wait, it can't count.
4 teleports. Total.
Alright.
Total.
Total.
So this game has been interesting so far. Like, I've been so surprised at the performance coming out of Elite 8. I will admit, I thought that maybe that game was a fluke, the 3-0 they had against the Blazing Bandits. And I've been completely wrong. They're just dominating this series so far. The Cuckobos so strong in the regular season, being, I believe they were undefeated, were they?
Undefeated in the regular season?
Yeah.
No, I believe that they never lost 0-2, but they
Yeah.
did tie a
Yeah.
couple times.
Yeah.
Maybe once.
So yeah, that's actually shocking to see the Cuckobos, who did so well in the regular season, just have such a hard time in this current playoff finals, as well as the semifinals where they struggled as well against the Trash Pandas.
Definitely not having the best time for them. Hopefully they'll be able to shape it up. The first game was really more of a stomp towards them, but last game definitely proved that if they can just refine their play a little, they can take home this game. Maybe not the series, but we'll still have to see about that.
Yeah, both these games have been very lengthy and been drawn out to like 40-ish minutes, and so we're not seeing these sort of get the early lead, stomp the game, and to see if something might change towards that. It's been the games overall have just been back and forth so far, and it's. We're gonna have to see if the Cuckobos can get that little last breath of life and see if they can not get 3-0'd.
Bloodstone has opted for the Doran's shield as he is against the Shen.
One thing I like to see, I really hope Quickscythe has a better performance on this Lee Sin than he did in the first game.
Yeah, definitely. He can pull off that performance and maybe get a lead in the early game. It'll definitely help him out in playing at the later stage of the game. Once he gets behind, it seems that he has difficulty trying to get himself back
Yeah.
in. But once he already gets ahead, hopefully he'll have less to worry about.
You see the triple rejuve bead start coming out of Tanoft.
That's a fun build.
Yeah, the Shen special right there.
Bane for days.
Do you remember the old special? Or what was it, Garen and Mordekaiser? The 10
Where they
pot?
just started 10 pots,
Yeah.
Gosh, that was forever ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a simpler time. It was a better time.
Was it though?
It was.
I'll take your word for it. Ooh, and the slam dunk onto Magic Conch with that dancing grenade.
That was a lot
Bounce.
of damage.
Whichever. Dancing.
Yeah, that power ramping up with each kill. Really showing in that case.
I believe that Rumble actually has a spike somewhere around level 3, 4, 5, I think. But his level 1 flamethrower damage is actually fairly pathetic.
Yeah, once he gets, I think, 2 or 3 points in his queue, then it starts to become a little bit, starts to ramp up significantly.
I gotta admit, I'm a little bit worried about Bloodstone playing the Rumble. It doesn't seem like his type of champion. And as I say that, he starts going hard on the quick side, doing a lot of damage. Here comes Rusty. But the Scuttle is on the team of the Cuckobos. 65.
Favoritism.
There could be 2 words in that bush.
Double vision. You got 2 eyes.
You got 2 eyes. That's the best justification I've ever heard for that.
Rek'Sai, hello.
That's a good point too.
Master Yi, hello.
Oh, those aren't real champions.
So far, not much going on in this. But
Nah.
we've seen Invade. Quickside looking to get onto Rusty. Rusty trying to turn it around. Sonic Wave misses, and what a shame for Quickside. And right now, Electric Parasite getting caught out. Magic Conch got a brilliant hook. A lot of damage on Electric Parasite, but a lot returned too. And now Rusty's caught out. Will he be able to save himself? Does get the fear off. Could this be enough? A great smite actually saves his life for now. But Quickside could definitely turn this around, and he
Gotta be
does.
careful.
First blood.
Oh, that was... He was doing so well up until he tried to keep going when Jason got back his kill.
Oh, this doesn't
but-
look good for Samano. Samano should go down. Exhaust is out. Will it be enough? No, it is not. Atlas picks up a kill. Altus picks up a kill.
Yeah.
He needs to get a
From
name
Magic
change.
Conch yet again.
So Quickscythe already having a better game than he had in the first game.
He had such an aggressive flash there. Samano was still stuck, unable to get out. And you see Altus already flashing forward, being ready, preemptive flash forward.
Yep.
We do see the double Doran's ring come out from Corrin. Cillian does have a little bit of mana problems, so that's pretty standard, I'd have to say.
I think came very close to turning sour for Quick Scythe does. Trying to duel a Warwick with just auto attacks when you don't have spells and you don't have items, it's not going to work out for you, but luckily enough for him, Rusty 1-3-2-1 kept going and ultimately just didn't work out for Rusty.
Yeah, he should have backed off right after the flash, because once Lee Sin has some distance, especially against someone like Warwick, Lee Sin technically has the advantage, because you have that execute damage on the Sonic Wave Resonating Strike. It's not going to work out well for him, and it definitely did not.
We do see Blastona's got himself up to a pretty significant little lead here in the early stages of this game.
And it's that zoning provided from the Flame Spitter.
Yeah. You can definitely see Quick Scythe feeling confident on this Lee Sin. He's been a lot more aggressive than he was in the last game. Hope to see that he doesn't go into that super aggressive mode that he was in the first game.
Blastona
Reminds me of a certain other top laner. You live and you die by getting aggressive plays.
Yeah. You won't be remembered for being a passive player, like a certain champion of the Ocean League. Rusty almost dying to his his Wraith camp, or excuse me, Raptor camp.
It was better when it was called Wraith.
It was, man, it was.
I'm very partial to chickens.
I like chicken.
Yes, we know you're a southerner.
I was about to say that, but I was...
At least I got chicken.
See, the best part of that is that I thought it would make me something in the same state.
Alright, our first dragon will be a mountain drake. Quick Scythe cues over to that. Just a little
Ooh,
Almost
yeah.
gets
the
it.
pincer.
And here it comes, Quick Scythe looking to get onto Magic Conch. Gets a good amount of damage, and this doesn't look too good for Altus, but is able to get under the tower. Will he take the Resonating Strike? His inner Kermit tells him to, but he decides against it.
Take the Q.
Taking a safer route, just saying not to go for that.
Yeah, and that's a smart thing to do. Doing that gank right away opens up that dragon opportunity.
Is that mountain? So
So
not
they're
only that
trading.
ocean and cloud dragon that I believe that Cuckobos have been gorging themselves on. Is it them that had the massive ocean and cloud dragon in the first game?
The first game it was them. Last game, I believe the Cuckobos had all ocean drakes, and Elite 8 had all mountain drakes.
So there you go, nice change of pace.
Now the next one's gonna be a Cloud Drake. Are we gonna have an Infernal Drakeless series?
Oh man. Uh-oh. I think Elite 8 might be called out here.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit too far forward. Magic Conch gets the hook, but you know who's there. There's the shockwave. Altus goes down, and Deadly Flourish almost lands on a Magic Conch who's trying to run away. Chooses not to go towards his tower, which might be his demise. But he does have Corrin around the corner. Takes the speed buff from
Corrin
Corrin.
might be caught out now.
No, it seems he's all right.
Gonna have to walk through the tower, but yeah, I guess so.
Uh-oh, it might be Rusty who's caught out here. He doesn't have the ultimate yet. He's running as fast as he can, has the ghost. Gets out, though, for now.
So they have to run a marathon, but they make it out. It's all good.
Well, they're alive and that's all that counts.
So far, looking pretty good for the Cuckobos. They have been
Yeah.
struggling quite a bit, so this game is far from over.
They're brawling on this top side.
Blastona with so much pressure.
However, the Spectral Skull has been picked up by TNF. The Haunting Guys counteracts the MR a little bit, but it's still a net gain of 15 magic resistance for TNF. So
I am now seeing where the gold lead is for the Elite 8 is coming from. If you take a look at the CS difference on the bot lane,
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
that is massive.
Very unfortunate for Sonoma, but we will see some moves sort of topside by Quickside. However, T9F will decide to stay, see whether or not they can get something onto Blastona here.
Rusty's coming bottom right now with some mono in his sights. Mono taking a lot of damage, gets hooked. Here comes the teleport from Tanaf. There
has ult,
goes the missed ult coming from Rusty. Rusty trying to pick up Samano, and it's actually not Tanaf who came in, it was Azuru, but still going after the kill. Will Altus be able to pick it up? Stand United deters that advancement. And a beautiful double bomb comes out of Corin the cat, picking up the kill onto Electric Parasite. And now this is starting to look really good for Elite 8.
Yeah, they got the teleport and flat. They got summoners blown for the entire mid and bot side of the map for the Cuckobos, and they got Stand United.
Not entirely certain if the Stand United was still on cooldown or whether or not he was T9F was in a fight or something.
They were actually T9F and Quickscythe were engaging on Blastona. They did actually pick him up, and that's why the Stand United came in late. Otherwise, it probably would have been net win, honestly, for the Cuckobos.
Yeah. So, extenuating circumstances, Mono has to lose his life for it, but now we are 12 minutes into the game, 3-3, with a 200 gold advantage on the side of Elite. Yeah, it's the Cuckobos.
Quickside trying to do a cheeky play. And the mastery's flashed.
2 PM.
Corin is low on mana. Uh-oh.
Magic Conch looking to get onto Samano, lands at the death sentence, gets the wall. Altus picks up that kill with ease.
I think Magic Conch might be good at Thresh.
Maybe. Just a little.
Maybe. So far, this series has been a real surprise considering how strong the Cuckobos look. Meanwhile, Altus, is he going to get picked off by Quickscythe? He doesn't. Great Lantern coming out of Magic Conch.
Yep, and Quickscythe is 3-0 on here on this Lee's Sin, but he has his entire team's gold, basically.
Yeah. Look at Blastona. Oh, is he going to be able to get the kill? Does not. Takes a little bit of tower damage, and Azuru is coming up.
Be burning a little
Just
bit, but otherwise he will be fine.
Yeah. He's on fire, but, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
No, this is perfectly fine. It's like the one with the dog in the burning house. You know, this is fine.
That was the jokes part.
Oh well,
That-
you know,
that-
I'm a
that
buddy,
was the
so-
joke.
Wow.
There we go. There's the moves. Okay, you've bested me this time.
Spark is a goon.
It's all good. You see both junglers are bot side.
You know, it sucks to be the Cuckobos right now because every time they have someone do really well in their games, someone else just does really subpar.
Yeah, Samano having a rough game.
And oh, the hook onto Electric Parasite should be a kill picked up. A Shockwave actually saves Electric Parasite and is looking to turn this fight around. The Chrono Shift is used on Altus. Altus trying to turn this around, eats the fourth shot and goes down to Azuru. And the Caster Curse is coming up. Not looking
They're
too
not
good.
done.
And a double bomb almost picks off Quickside.
Oh no,
Go
they're
for
gonna
this
mix the dragons. No.
Oh no. Is this hook gonna land? Is this hook gonna land? Is this gonna be it? Ah.
Unfortunate, but now we have a 4-0 Quickscythe, feeling good. And the Azuru's on an upward spiral as well, it appears.
Blastona was not in that fight, and he will get this first tower. So that is
That's all the
something
gold
picked
to
up.
him.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that will give a slight gold advantage to the side of the Elite 8. That will be 700 gold, roughly.
Look at Zuru.
We see this epic battle.
Emerges
Not
victorious.
yeah, not as good as the double lift versus red buff, but it was pretty close.
We're just going to back. Both mid laners are going to go back and buy the items. 3 stacks on the Rod of Ages for Corn the Cat. I'd like to see him do the both Rod of Ages and Lil Amicon build. I quite like that one. I'm actually not sure if that's specifically the correct build, but I think it's good.
I've always been a fan of the Roa into like illusions or something. But that all depends on whether you want to go for the pseudo tanky kind of survival Zillion or the one-shot clock bomb burst build, I guess you'd call it.
One-shot clock bomb indeed.
Yeah.
What a great name for that build.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty good at naming things, you know.
We can tell by your summoner name.
Yeah, unfortunately.
One shot clock bomb.
I'm gonna go rename right now. One shot clock. I'm now a Zillion main. Again.
Well, still a massive CS lead for Altus. I just, Mono is getting pressured, but really it's just being shoved in over and over by Altus, I think, and that's probably why he's losing so much.
And a little bit of a stalemate going on. Overall, the Cuckobos so far winning the objective game, but the first turret going to Elite 8.
Yeah, Altus is going the new Lucian build, the Blade of the Ruined King rush.
Looks like the tension's about to break. Tanoft is a little bit deep here, looking to use the blast plant. Gets away. Good escape from him.
The unfortunate thing
you've
about
chased
taunting
things too
Rumble
hard
is he's
before.
going to be facing you.
Zeru's coming up though.
Ooh, this doesn't look too good right now. Here comes Quickscythe, gets the Dragon's Rage, and the Infinite Duress onto Quickscythe, but Azuru gets that kill.
Infinite Duress does land, but not quite enough to save him with Azuru there. Meanwhile, they're trying to get Blastona. Looks like he'll be alright though.
And Cuckobos are up 6 kills to 4, but Gold lead's still slightly in favor of Elite 8.
If you notice, Rossi1321's got a little bit of a... I'm not exactly sure what he's doing with his build. He's just he's kind of torn. You know, he doesn't know exactly what he's doing. He's got the Bombi Cinder, he's got the Tiamat, and he's also got the Sapphire Crystal. Sapphire Crystal, I can only assume maybe like a shield or something.
I don't know about the Sapphire
Samano's getting
Crystal.
melted. A lot of damage. Calling goes off, but doesn't get the last bullet. Speaking of bullets, here comes the curtain call. Bullet after bullet landing on Altus, and the hook! Electric Parasite might have overstayed the welcome, but the Stand United deters that. Will Tanoff be able to get on them? Does not have flash, but might not need it. The flash coming down. Botch! Kutch just made a beautiful play, doing a great move to get Tanoff under that tower. Now he's a little bit too deep into no man's land. Should fall. Rusty grabs that kill.
That was unfortunate. Azuru and Quickscythe on the top side of the map. Gonna try and make up for it with the Rift Herald, but Blastona is there and he does have his ultimate ready.
Oh, Blastona, don't underestimate the moves that can come out. Oh, never mind. He gets the kill instead.
Oh!
Electro Harpoon over the shoulder, just tossing him behind him and killing Quickscythe with it.
Yeah, very good stuff coming out from Blastona there. Denied the Rift Herald.
Now 20 minutes into the game, it is 6-6, 29k to 31.5. So it's like a 1.5. Wait a second, I can count. 2.5k goal advantage over to the side of Elite 8.
All right, we will have another Mountain Drake coming up next, 40 seconds from now.
I just have to comment on how good the Magic Conch is on Thresh. That last play, flashing at the last second, instant hook to Knopf goes down, caught me so much by surprise. He's so good on this champion.
Yeah, I again kind of question why it was not banned.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things where there's always some kind of justification for doing something or other. It's just which one of your justifications
Right.
is a better reason. Well, there's a reason, it's just maybe not that good of a reason.
Yeah.
We've seen this before. And what we found out is Rusty is bad at smiting. Are we going to see a repeat? Quick scythe around the corner. Here comes
Okay,
the
let's
curtain
be
call.
fair, okay.
The reset coming out, curtain call. Fourth bullet goes off, not too much damage. Will quick scythe look to go in? The shockwave goes off, and there it is again! Rusty just can't get the dragon!
This is just unfortunate.
Yeah, but this happened in the first game where Cuckobos got all those dragons and couldn't do anything with it.
That's true. Maybe you should have played Shyvana.
Maybe he should just not dragon ever.
That's true. Always a feasible strategy.
Or maybe this is the strategy. Here comes the death sentence onto Azuru. Azuru's taking a lot of damage, but delivers a lot back. Not enough, though, as Azuru goes down. But now Rusty a little bit deep in the no man's land, but no more bullets coming out. And it looks really bad for the Cuckobos now as Electric Parasite goes down.
Just
that was
dropping
a-
like flies.
Yep, it's suddenly looking very good in the case of the Elite 8 right now.
So I was going to say, maybe this is a strategy. Do dragon so quick scythe kills himself. And here comes a play coming out. The chrono shift goes out. Quick scythe living exactly up to that.
Stop trying to be flashy. It's you're just throwing away the game.
To be fair, he's not being like a full tank trying to do that. He is going into more damage to build, so there's a slight justification for why he's trying to go for the assassinations.
Against a Zillion, though?
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. There's extenuating circumstances.
I wouldn't say that's extremely unfortunate. I think that's dumb. I'm sorry to be like cruel with it, but you know what his ultimate is.
There's always a chance that Quick Scythe appears to be holding on to it with every ounce of his might.
And with him having the a large gold share of his team, that's exactly not what he was not want to be doing.
That was not what he not wanted to be doing. So he wanted to do it.
Words are hard. It's been a long day. You know it's kind of bad whenever your AD carry struggles to take a jungle camp.
Yeah.
To be fair, Krubs
Oh,
are
here comes
pretty good.
Blastona. Quick Scythe is caught very, very lonely right now. Hook goes out, does whiff. Good dodge coming out of Quick Scythe, but there is the equalizer. Blastona really wants this, is not going to get it, unfortunately, as Sanoff is there to the rescue. But Blastona doesn't care. Blastona just wants to fight.
Who would have thought that?
Oh my goodness, what a great hook coming out of Magic Conch, unable to get the kill with it, but overall a pretty good play. Shockwave goes out in Azuru with possibly the first with Shockwave of the series. And now Infinite Duress on a Quick Scythe. Quick Scythe takes a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough. No Shockwave to help out the Cuckobos now as Tanoff goes down, and now Magic Conch forcing the flash out of Samano. And now, oh! Interesting play, however, it's not going to work out. Blastona goes down. And here comes the curtain call. Second bullet, third bullet, fourth bullet waiting to go off, and the last two do miss.
In total, not really much happening, but it is going slightly in favor. Actually, no, but it was 1-1. Okay, but they are getting still a little bit of pressure. Corin the Cat is doing his job. He's poking out a lot with these bombs. Both carries on the side of Cuckobos are at half health, largely due to his efforts with these time bombs. Trying to siege down this mid lane tower, but now here comes Death. So should be safe here for the Cuckobos.
I believe you said Blastona and Corin are both together on the same team, or on a team together next season, Spark.
Yes, they are.
I am excited, honestly. They both have looked very solid.
I would definitely agree.
But that said, we still have to finish this season, so see if the Cuckobos can come back from this little bit of a deficit that they have.
It succeeded a little bit more than a little bit of a deficit. We're reaching the 5K mark for Elite 8.
I feel like it all too much matters on Azuru's shockwave because we're gonna see Quickside fall off. Tanoft is on Shen, which isn't that good of a team fighting tank. And Samano, as well as Electric Parasite, they don't provide as much as you'd really want in order to fight the comp of Elite 8.
Oh my god. Look at what the dragon is.
Is it time? Finally, an Infernal Drake.
First time in the
Fortunes are about
series.
to change.
Can Elite 8 secure an Infernal?
Secure Infernal, win the game. Probably not going to happen. It's Rusty after all.
Question
he's
I
had
would like to
some-
know the answer to.
Had some tough times fighting this series, but it happens to everybody.
And we see a hook land. The fight is going off. Dragon's Rage is burnt. Not really getting too much out of this fight, but it does keep their teammates safe for now. And now Blastona and Tanoff really going at it in this top lane. Blastona choosing to fight this. He's not really winning it so far. And now Tanoff trying to go after him. Hourglass burnt. This doesn't look good for Blastona. Gets taunted and just dropped.
They got to be aware of the Stand United.
And there it is again. Rusty, stop,
Without
please.
fail each time. Goodness. There's a certain argument to be made. He is playing Lee Sin, and Lee Sin is a very, very easy champion to steal objectives with. I'm not actually sure if his Resonating Strike landed on the Dragon, which would have helped him more so, but either way, a job well done to him.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the Elite 8 have this sizable lead, and they're handing over free stats to the Cuckobos, and they're inviting the Cuckobos to have a chance to get back into this.
Yeah, that's most definitely what it is. Especially, Quickside shouldn't be able to kill that turret that fast, but 2 Mountain Drakes really makes up for that deficit.
Who would have thought? Meanwhile, Corn the Cat's kind of getting chased down. He will be using his speed ups on himself though, so it's gonna be fine. Oh goodness! And he takes away the blue buff from Azul along with 3/4 of his health bar.
That is a scary man with a clock right now.
Shit. Oh, and he went the Morello and Roll out of his both. I
Sure
am
did.
proud. Madman.
Yeah, Corrin's been on fire this series, and him and Blastona are really carrying this team to victory.
Yeah, pretty much all you could ask out of a sub. For a sub to come in and have this display, it's really impressive.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
So now they're
Tower
starting
we
to give
taken.
a little bit back to the Cuckobos, as they did look to siege that, but they didn't really get too much out of it.
Gold lead
Yeah.
has shrunk slightly. Stona in
There's
danger
that
here.
flashy play coming out from Quickside. Is it going to be successful? Yes, it is not, as Blastona gets the flash. He's going to get away. What a
Oh
madman.
my goodness. That was just heart-wrenching to watch.
Yeah, but now Corrin's a little bit too deep. has to use the Chrono Shift. Will his team get there in time? We should see a Lantern, and there it is to safety. The Cuckobos cannot get anything out of this. And there goes the curtain call, slowing down Elite 8 a little bit, but not enough to pick up any kills. How demoralizing that must be.
I was in the process of banning to say, you know, it's fine, they'll pick up Corn the Cat instead, and then they didn't, and now I'm just... Wow, I don't know whether or not Quickside DMing with the recall would have changed anything, honestly, if he hadn't, because I believe that even if he queued towards it, he would have been interrupted by the Zhonya, so... it's not, you can say it's not entirely his fault there.
Yeah, what a rough series of events for the Cuckobos. Unable to get any kills. Trying to get back into this game, but every advantage they get has been awkwardly thwarted.
Yeah, we do see Altus. I almost said Atlas this time, but Altus has got the trifecta so far as that build is concerned.
Yeah, that's going to provide a lot of damage in these fights, and one of the most devastating things is if your team, 2 or more members, gets hit by that powerful double bomb.
Yeah. Void Staff now out for and so he's going to be chunking people.
It's almost like Corrin has not been unable to pick this Orianna that he played with such great effect in the first game. So he picked like the Syndra. He gets to get this pseudo feeling of the Orianna ultimate, but he just had, you know, I'm gonna pick Zillion. I'm gonna get a double bomb. And it's basically gonna be the same thing. Like I'm gonna hit everybody on your team in a circle, and we're all gonna die. He can achieve basically the same thing if he plays it over.
Oh, this doesn't look good for Tanov. All alone. Deep. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Quickside getting picked off now. There's the Infinite Arrest, but it hits nothing. Gets him out of the curtain call, though. Rusty's still trying to get in on there. Probably don't want that, friend. Chrono Shift is used on him. Will he fall in time? Does fall in time. And now Blastona looking to get something done here. Has to use the Hourglass, and the savior of the Magic Conch coming in.
It's just
Wow.
a heart-wrenching fight.
Yeah. I believe this might start to spell the beginning of the end for the Cuckobos.
Wow, I did not see a 3-0 coming for this series. This is shocking to watch Elite 8, who are pretty much just destroying the Cuckobos with such unorthodox styles.
They have such a storyline in this game because Elite 8, for the first week or two, they were bottom of the list. They were the last place team. And then they were able to be brought up by the efforts of Blastona and Altus to a respectable position up to 3rd seed versus the Cuckobos, who dominated the entire regular season. And it's just like you have this team, the team that failed the regular season, at least at the beginning, and then the team that won it.
Are you saying it's a Cinderella story?
I am saying the Cinderella story.
Oh, what a crazy series of events to see the Cuckobos come so far just to get shut down in the finals. A double bomb! It's a lot of damage off to Samano.
Oh
and
my.
Zuru.
That said, it's not over until the fat lady sings. Until that Nexus explodes,
No,
it is
no.
not over.
It's not over till Quickside steals another dragon. See Rusty
is out of the pit.
going in by himself. The dragon is falling. This might be Rusty's best way of securing a dragon by just not existing. Wow. Oh, Altus gets picked off! Melted. This could be somewhat of a turning point, but nope. Deterred by the raw power of Elite 8. How does Rusty secure the dragon? By not smiting at all, by running after Quickside. Hippity hoppity, get off my property. Hook lands onto Quickside. There goes the wall. Tanov going in, but he's very lonely right now. And a shockwave does a lot of work, but it's not going to be enough as Samano falls. And the next ball is a Zuru, followed by Tanov. The Elite 8 are taking this home. Quickside looking to go in, but he's only going to the fountain.
I think I've seen this before. Quickscythe queuing, choosing to follow the queue onto somebody that's low, near a Zillion.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and what a shame we did not have a series, and Elite Eight are just taking this.
Yep.
Petition to put this in the books as the semifinals and Cuckobos versus Trash Pandas as the finals.
Oh, disrespect.
Please.
Yeah. But it has been a rough game for the Cuckobos. They have, whenever they get an advantage, they just have a hard time doing anything with it. And we saw even in game 2, they had such a strong lead. They had everything going right for them pretty early on, but it all went to disaster. And now here's the shockwave launch. Blastona should go down. He does go down. Rusty's starting to tick now. Does have the chrono shift on him. Uses the infinite to rest on Azuru. Gets Azuru, but falls in the process. The double bomb goes out, but does not get the stun. Magicon's trying to protect, but here comes Altis. And Altis trying to do so much in this fight. Quick Scythe goes down. Electric Parasite goes down next. And now to Noft, the only remaining member, he cannot defend these towers, doesn't have the damage. There's only so much a tanky Shen can do, and this should be the end right now. Corin the Cat choosing to back instead. Altis says he wants these towers. Gonna use the teleport. Redemption does go out, and now Altis is taking a lot of tower damage. He should be able to survive this. Down goes to Noft. That is an ace, and that is the series 3-0. Elite Eight have beaten the Cuckobos in a clean sweep for the Elder League Finals.
Yeah, congratulations to Elite Eight.
We joked about the 3-0 coming for the finals after the 5-game semis match, and it just appears to have come true. From the effort of Elite Eight, the skill of their players and the synergy at which they've established, definitely coming into this, I didn't think that they would be able to play as a team quite as well as they did here, but I have been proven wrong because they have been played magnificently, and Magic Launch has been making plays left and right. Blastona has been carrying. Everybody on the team has had their own place. And I can't fault any of them.
Yeah, let's face it, Elite Eight, the underdogs, bringing it back. Having somewhat of a Cinderella story. I want to call it a Cinderella story, but I don't even feel like it because they just 3-0'd every match in playoffs.
Yeah, good stuff by them. I mean, you cannot deny that. They played extremely well. It was some back and forth games, but in the end, the Elite Eight took it. I can say that none of us were expecting it.
Yeah, I will admit, I believed the Cuckobos were going to win the match, and I just wanted to see a series. And it ended up the exact opposite way. Elite Eight just dominated the Cuckobos. What a surprising performance.
Now, I'd like to get an interview with one of the players from Elite Eight, the god himself in the top lane, Blastona. So,
User was moved to your channel.
hey there, Blastona.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey there.
Hello,
All right.
Blastona.
Hi.
Hey there. Off the 3-0 coming into playoffs. How are you feeling when you're going into this match versus the Cuckobos, the number 1 seed from the regular season, after witnessing them playing in playoffs?
I feel pretty good. I mean, I thought it would be harder.
I like that.
Those are the a humble man. Those are a humble man. So,
Yeah.
your team was once at the bottom of the standings. In week 1 or 2, or maybe even up to 3. Elite Eight was at the bottom, and then they managed to claw themselves back to the top. How was that process of building the synergy with their team? And I know that you changed members a bit, but being able to claw your way to 3rd place, how would you describe that?
I mean, it feels pretty good. We did have some roster changes, and we used a lot of subs throughout the games. But I mean, we did pretty well for the amount of practice we had. We only scrimmed like once or twice during the whole thing. So like, the only way we like built our synergy was I just told them to stop being monkeys, and then it worked.
And last but not least, I would greatly like to know, why did your team ban Lulu?
Because it's busted champion.
Alright, that's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. You heard it from him first. Alright, Blastona has said Lulu's a busted champion. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the audience here after watching you 3-0 the Cuckobos in this finals
After
match.
becoming Elder League champions, what would you like to say?
I wish I could play Riven or Fuel more.
I wish we could have watched it. I'm sure it would have been a much more entertaining.
Yeah, congratulations though.
Thanks,
well done
Steve.
well done by the team.
Yeah, you definitely earned it. So now we
User
would like
was moved out of your
to
channel.
get into an interview with the other side, and that would be Samano from the Cuckobos.
User was moved to your channel.
So,
Error.
Samano, what are your thoughts most prevalent after that game?
I mean, we just fell apart slowly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was definitely not very fun to watch. It's just, you guys looked good in a lot of the games as well. It's just, sometimes
don't
it seemed
know.
like you weren't on the same page.
Yeah, we talked about that, but we couldn't get it fixed. We just weren't playing as usual.
Yeah, definitely not the type of Cuckobos that we've seen throughout the split.
I mean, we still had a good run. Unlucky
Yeah.
finals, but
No doubt.
I mean, none of us are really that sad or mad. We still had a good run.
Yeah, I think that's really admirable of you. Definitely a really good run, and I'm glad that we could have seen you guys in this finals match. I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Yeah, second place is nothing to be ashamed of. You guys had a great run. So you guys should definitely be proud of yourselves.
Yep, I think we are, dude.
Alright, so if there's no problem, I'm going to move you back into the main lobby here.
Yep.
User was moved out of your channel.
So, that was a series. Would you like to wrap it up for me?
That was a season, Brother Brown.
That was a season. Yeah, you correct me there. That was a season. Wow.
And 3-0, Elite 8, the underdogs, coming up huge. Great play coming out of Blastona. Great play coming out of the emergency sub Corin the Cat. And Elite 8 earned it. They did a great job. Nothing could have really prepared us for this series being a 3-0.
Definitely not. It was well done by both teams, really. I mean, it was a 3-0, but the games were close.
It definitely was not just a one-sided stomp. Cuckobos definitely put up a fight.
Yeah, most definitely. So that's going to wrap it up for the season of Elder League Ascension eSports. I am Decerux here with my co-casters, Allspark and Dezdan, otherwise known as Brother Brando. Please say hello.
Me.
Hello.
Oh, why you gotta meme me?
Hello.
If you guys are interested in getting involved in Ascension eSports, please check the links down below. Join up and you can be a sub for either Dragon, Elder, or Phoenix League, depending on your ranking. Otherwise, you can join our in-house ladder, join our community, have some fun. We'll see you there. But as for now, this sums up the cast, this sums up the season. Elite 8, 3-0 the Cuckobos to become our champions. We'll see you guys next season.